Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Monday Morning Miracle Call. We have a special treat for you today. We have a new host that you're going to get to know and love like we have. She'll be hosting on the Monday Morning Miracle and the Power of the Patch Call. Her name is Beamy Casey. Beamy lives in Atlanta. She's an SPD on our team, and she's bringing, she's joined the Live Younger community, and we are thrilled to have her. Her background is extensive and amazing. I don't want to flub it up, but for those of you that were at the conference, either virtually or live, Beamy is our connection to Mickey Willis.
Who's doing the documentary
Who is-
on David Schmidt.
Yes. So she was up on stage looking gorgeous. She's a little elephant pixie, and we've traveled the world with her and love being with her. And she's going to be hosting this morning and also on Tuesday. So over to you, Beamy.
Thank you so much, guys. That was a great introduction. Yeah.
She's a beam. She's a beam of light.
Beam of light.
Okay.
I feel very fortunate to have done the Mickey Willis connection. So forever I get to be famous, kind of. So anyway, welcome everyone. And especially to those people who are new visiting us for the first time. We're so really happy that you're here because it's very special when you gather together like this, and you're going to hear amazing stories. Benefits, results that are really miraculous. And this is our favorite part, to really share what this patch, the X39 cellular regeneration patch, can do in your life. And before we begin, I'm just going to kind of set it up for all you guys. We're going to have many different testimonials and stories. So the first 15 minutes, we're going to focus only on the X39. And then after that, we can branch out into some of the other patches. And, because we have so many people wanting to share, please try to keep your testimonial 1 minute or so we can, call on everybody. And if you do want to share, please raise your hand. It's down in the bottom bar under reactions. If you want to share, just raise your hand and then you'll pop up and we can call on you. I wanted to say just a brief intro about David for the new people, and just to say that he is our founder, our CEO, our visionary, and over 10 years ago, 15 years now, I believe, that he saw the vision of where regenerative science was going, and he set out to create unique, unparalleled, patented technology for this company that would help people live better, stronger, more vitality, and more resilience. So this is something we all want, and very excited to share it with you. Let's see what else I need to say. I think that's it for right now. Of course, everything you're going to hear is anecdotal and what our results are, and we're not here to say that the patch can cure or treat any kind of disease. And those that are sharing, please do refrain from mentioning any disease. We talk about symptoms, which most people can figure out how to, what that's about. So with that, I think we'll begin. Please do raise your hand. You can get in the queue for sharing your story. And let's start with Michelle. If you want to unmute. Yes.
Well, hello there. So I'm Michelle, and I am a pharmacist, and I've been using these products now for about 2.5 years. And before I started making recommendations for people, I thought, well, I'll try them myself, but I didn't think I had anything wrong with me. And so it was probably into my second month of using it, and my daughter came into the room one morning, and I just popped up in bed to say hello or whatever. And I had this sudden realization. Hold on a second. I just popped up in bed. I had put my hands flat on the bed and sprung up. And I forgot that I'd been compensating for so long Normally I would have to make a fist, lock my wrist, slowly and methodically push myself up, because every time my wrist would get into that big flexion point, I would get shooting pain on both wrists. And I started thinking about it, that I've been golfing and hadn't been having to rotate my wrist to feel like I got to pop a tendon over or something, working out. And it had been probably a month since I had thought about my wrists. And just the sudden realization that how profound it was on my quality of life. So I'm confident and happy to recommend the products every day to all that I cross.
And, you know, Michelle, coming out of the industry that you were in, that is a big statement because you were used to probably trying all different other kinds of things to help yourself, right?
For sure. And I do a lot of specialty services and compounds and hormones. So I'm already used to thinking outside the box and looking for solutions, because I know that Western medicine doesn't have all the answers. And certainly combined solution is the approach to go. Do everything you can.
Great. That's really good to hear. I love hearing from people that are in big pharma or connected to that make the transition over into more natural ways. So glad. Thank you for your testimonial.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's go to Ravel. Did I say that right? Yes.
Beamy, what a pleasant surprise to see you this morning. Just really quickly, for those of you that are new especially, and those are on, all of us are on this journey, obviously, I've started using X39 in 2020, and I had dramatic shifts that I experienced at 2 months and at 3 months. Without getting into the details, at risk of sounding like it's a medical claim, I just want to mention that over time, the benefit of X39 has been cumulative. So it really does pay to stay on it in terms of, I have to be careful about saying that too, but you know, it's been, I noticed a shift at year 1. I noticed a better shift at year 2. It just keeps getting better and better, as Robin says. So keep it up, be consistent, and be patient. For those of you that don't feel dramatic shifts in the first few months, just be patient, stay on it. And it's a wonderful journey. And I'm so grateful for this technology and for David Schmidt. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. And you know, you brought up a very important point, and I like to just piggyback on that because the patch works, it's accumulative. And what David has told us is that, you know, 50% of the people feel something right away and 50% it takes longer. And when you're regenerating your cellular structure on a daily basis, day after day after day, the tissues, the organs, all those things, it takes some time. And wherever there's a dysfunction in the system, and those cells are going to help to reprogram and bring you back and help the body come back into health, what you just gave your story about is so important, that people understand that it takes time, and you got what you got, you know, it didn't happen overnight. So we do have one patch wonders, but not all the time. So thank you for sharing that. Who else would like to share? Please raise your hand. And while you guys are thinking about it, I will go and share my story because I don't think many people probably know my story. I'm pretty healthy, but when I started, I had digestive issues and I was taking enzymes 3 times a day. And I eat all organic and exercise and all those things, but for some reason it was off. And I wasn't even thinking about getting help with this, but after 2 weeks, I noticed that I didn't need the enzymes anymore. And that's been over 4.5 years ago. So completely off of that, robust digestion, and it gave me a lot more energy as well. So, okay, Anna, your turn.
Sorry, just had to unmute. I'm from Tampa, Florida. I've been on the X39 for about a year and almost a year and a half. And when I originally went on them, I had gone to the doctor. I didn't have any pain or anything, but you never know what's going on in that body, just like we can't tell that the patches are working. So I ended up, doctors ended up finding some angry cells in my body. And when they found those, they did a PET scan, which showed a mass in my lung. And so they went in to biopsy that. And when they did, I'd been on the patch X39 for about 3 or 4 months. And the doctor comes out, I'm expecting him to stick a needle into to biopsy me. And he goes, the mass is gone. We can't biopsy it.
Woo!
Yeah. And the angry cells were someplace else. But and so that's part of my story. There's a lot, but I'll let somebody else share.
Thank you so much. Amazing to hear that. Congratulations. Okay, Laura, please unmute. Yes.
Hi, good morning. So, my name is Laura, and I have been on the patches on X39 since October 10. And the first thing that I noticed was the second day I had excellent sleep. I couldn't sleep for months. So, but I'm not going to stay there too because I had other little things. But the last one is that I was hospitalized on January 3rd of 2025. And I thought I was having a heart attack because of the symptoms that I had. But for some reason, the patches must have helped me somehow. And I want to make a point about the importance of hydration with minerals in the water, because I guess I was not hydrated enough that day. And I ended up in a hospital, and it turned out that it was not a heart attack. It was a lack of one important mineral. But my cardiologist ended up wanting to do an angiogram to see if for any possible blockages. And luckily, no blockages were found. And when I checked my blood work after when I came home from the hospital, I noticed that a condition in my blood cells that was existing for a couple of years, and they were getting a little bit dangerously low. They were normal. And I was so happy because I struggled so much to figure out how I can bring that particular cell up. And I didn't have to do anything. I just have to put the X39. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a great story. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Michelle.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Beamy. Welcome to our hostess lineup.
Yes, thank you.
So I have 2 quick stories about X39, and I have a story about another patch, but I'll go off and come back on so other people can talk. But I was lucky to be a one patch wonder, and I do the same thing, Beamy. I tell people 50%, even though I've heard David say a higher percentage, I usually say 50%. I like to undercommit and overdeliver. Right. So I was one of those, though, that my first patch, I had low back pain for about 3 or 4 months. And I was doing everything like chiropractic, massage, even physical therapy. And everything helped a little bit, but nothing took care of it. And then my dear friend and sponsor, Helen Peak, who had been telling me about the patches for a while. I'm like, no, I'm not doing any more network marketing. Here I am. I love it. I will never recover from this. I love it. But I was very fortunate, and I put that patch on my lower back, and in about half an hour, the pain was cut in half. And over the course of the next few days, as I used patches, it completely went away. And this was a pain that I had had for, like I said, months. And the other quick story, another X39, is I was at a health fair last weekend, and I met a woman who was having odd symptoms of rashes, joint pain, and headaches. And her regular medical doctors couldn't figure it out. So she went to a holistic physician who diagnosed her with having electromagnetic frequency issues, like just from the frequencies that we're all exposed to, right? Those towers and all those things, right? So she was having pretty uncomfortable symptoms, and she listened to a talk that David Schmidt did on EMFs and protecting ourselves. And I think this was in October. She said that she listened to him speak, and he suggested copper. So Laura Ben mentioned water and minerals. We need to make sure we're getting enough copper in our diet, not too much, but David Schmidt does say like 2.53 milligrams or so. This woman added copper, and with use of the X39, her symptoms went away in like 3 days, gone. All of her, radiation, whatever frequency illness, gone in a few days. Yeah.
That's incredible. So
Yeah.
many different levels of it's happened with the patches, especially the X39. So I know sometimes it sounds like snake oil because it does this thing, but it works. It helps
Yeah.
the body to heal. So that's what happens. The body is very intelligent.
Yes.
Okay, Jonathan.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So I'll be real quick. So when I first started wearing the X39 patch, it was because of my blood pressure. And I was blessed within 8 weeks to be taken off my blood pressure medicine because of the X39. Fast forward, we're always talking about to hang on, stay on it, because you may not see things right away. I had a ticker that was not ticking correctly. It ticked when it wanted to, and then ticked fast and ticked slow. So I was not really paying attention to this. This is something that I should have put on my health tracker, but I didn't. A year and a half later, my ticker ticked the way that it should have. My cardiologist didn't believe it. She kept having me come back every 3 months. I don't believe it. Because she wanted to do this procedure on me. I'm like, no, this is going to work. And she couldn't believe it. And you know something? She finally said, okay, give me the information. I gave her the information. She hasn't talked to me about it since then. So I'm very thankful for this. And there are more things, but I don't have enough time. So thank you so much.
Thank you for that. A lot of people can benefit from that because it's number one big problem in the country. And there's just the patch is able to really get in there, and the signals and the communication really kind of reset what's going on in your biochemistry. So Sunshower, welcome.
Hey, good morning, Beamy, and welcome to the hosting lineup, as our Michelle mentioned. Yay. And thank you, Jonathan. I love to hear your stories. And I met Jonathan at conference last October in Dallas. This guy's tall, you guys. I had to go like this to see him. I'll say 3 quick stories. By the way, and my sponsor, Jonna Shiloh, homeopath, that I've known and entrusted my health to since 1987, is here on the call this morning. It'd be great if she'd say hi too. But when she introduced me to the patches, I'm like, what do I do with these things? And she goes, just put it where it hurts, Sunshower. I didn't know anything else. I just trusted her, right? This is an important key too. So I just placed the patch just under my left rib cage, because I had had a pain there from an injury for like 17 years. And in the second day, that pain was gone. So that's my quickie story. Then the other ones are, A lot of you know this because you've heard me on calls, but there are some new folks here. I was born without the sense of smell. And it took 2 years, you guys. Every day, I'm putting my X39 on. And in 2 years, suddenly I could smell. Pretty amazing. And just what's going on now that's progressing, that I've mentioned a few times on our calls, is in 1974, I had some oral surgery that ended up making half my tongue and some of my gum line numb. I kept waiting for it to get better. It didn't get better. It still isn't totally better. But guess what? The feeling in my tongue is returning. So since 1974, you think it might take a while for some of you guys to have results? Hopefully not that long. But boy, am I glad. Now I don't bite my tongue and you know, that's horrible when you do stuff like that. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. So we're coming almost to the end. We have 3 more stories to hear. So let's kind of try to get these within a minute so that we can let everybody share. Go ahead, Allie.
Hi. I had some of the events that Jonathan had, only the last time I had my heart going wacko, it actually took me into having a clot into my brain. So I had brain damage. I couldn't move my left arm or my left leg. And I knew to grab all my patches when I was waiting for the emergency team. And I didn't use the X39, but what I used was the Alavita and the nighttime sleep thing.
Silent Night.
Silent Night. And the first night I used it, 7 hours later, I woke up. I could raise my arm, I could raise my leg. The next night, I did the same patches and I could wiggle my fingers, I could wiggle my toes. And I went into an intensive rehab where in 7 days I was walking without a cane, without a walker. And I got kicked out of the rehab center because they said, you're too healthy to be here. So I'm home now. In less than a month, I had recovered from major brain damage. And I'm just so thankful. And I usually am wearing the protocol, the hat protocol.
Thank you. Wow, that is incredible. We just wish you more and more recovery day by day. Thank you so much.
And Jamie, I want to say a quick thing about Allie. This woman is an absolute miracle story beyond what anyone knows. She's written many books, and I haven't read it all, but when you hear her story of what she has overcome, it is profound. She is an inspiration to everyone. And the fact that she's recovered so quickly is a miracle after she's been through so much. And, you know, maybe another time, and I want to talk to you about this when you're feeling way even better, Allie. It would be fun to share more of your story because it's so incredible. And I want everyone to be inspired by you like I am. Okay, back to you, Beamy.
Gregory, do we have time for one more?
Oh yeah, we can take Tammy and Perry and then we'll be done.
Okay, good. Okay, Tammy, you're on. Please unmute. Yes. Oh, she went away.
Oh.
Okay, Perry, you're on. You have to unmute, Perry. There. Oh, well, now Tammy's here. Wait.
I'm sorry. It took me a little while to unmute.
Okay, Perry, just wait Perry, wait, and then we'll have Tammy first. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Perry. I don't talk much on these calls, and I probably should, but I'm one of the main groups from under Anne, and I know Robin and Gregory quite well. My story started about over 39 years ago, where I had some brain issues. I had a lot of all kinds of issues. WAS was a hot mess. I met Ann about 5-6 years ago, got introduced to the patches, ordered them knowing nothing about what they did. I didn't care. I was in so much disarray and ready to just give up on a lot of things in life. So I ordered the patches. A few days later, I got them, put it on. I put it on C7, X39. Within 20 minutes, I felt in my brain and in my head crackling, which is where most of my issues were. I had severe, severe, severe headaches that made me end up in the hospital and all that. So I call up Ann and I'm like, Ann, my head's crackling. And she goes, take it off. And I go, oh, no. I'm not taking it off. I haven't had anything come close to feeling anything in my body for the past 39 years. I'm not taking it off. And I didn't take it off. It was towards the afternoon when I got it and I in the mail, and I put it on, and I did keep it on for the 12 hours, took it off. My severe headaches were gone within a week. And I haven't had one in over 5 years after suffering for over 39 years. So that's not all that's happened with me, because I've been on the patches for almost 4.5, 5 years now, and I've had other stories, but this one seems to be a big one for me because it was a moment where I was ready to give up on my life. And this just turned my whole life around. I want to thank Robin and Gregory, Ann, Connie, and all these beautiful people that have been there for me. And that's it. I'm not a hot mess anymore.
Thank you, Tammy. That's an amazing story. I mean, incredible turnaround. Thank you. And I know the improvements keep coming. So let's end with.
I want to put another exclamation
okay.
on Tammy Lou, because she's a transformed woman and she's stepping into her power and she's amazing. So you keep going, Tammy Lou. Love it. This is my.
Thank you, Robin and Gregory. Thank you so much.
It's my greatest joy of being in this business, is just witnessing all of us blossoming in front of each other's eyes. Gregory and I like to call this a greenhouse. It's a safe place to grow. And you guys are just blossoming. So lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, back to you, Mimi. I couldn't help myself.
It's okay. You're the big cheeses here. You get to break in. Perry, go ahead.
I have an exciting story. I have a brand partner. She had a chemical damage working in a chemical plant to her lungs, been on disability and the oxygen day and night. And we started, my Sunday school class adopted her and pays for her patches because she couldn't afford them. I saw her yesterday and she went to her pulmonologist, and her pulmonologist said her breathing was stronger, but she doubted that it would ever get any better than that. So she's been on them almost a year, and I'm so excited for her. She's using the Eon on her chest and the X39. Thank you.
Thank you. That's the dynamic duo. Those two together really bring amazing results. So this was an incredible session today. Thank you guys so much for sharing. And now turning it back over to Robin and Gregory.
Well, yay, Beamy.
Hey, Beamy. That was great.
It was wonderful having you participate at more and more levels in our community, honey. Thank you. Thank you for all you bring to all of us. And thanks for all your stories, everybody. We love your stories. And, we get inspired. And then, when you share your stories, it makes other people want to share with other people. So it is the power of our business. So tonight we have a very special treat. We are in Draper, Utah, and joining us here in Draper, Utah is Harris Williams, who sponsored Connie Lucas, who has some people from her team coming. Connie and Barry are coming and staying here. They also sponsored Angela Steemack, and downline from Angela is Janet, and they're all gonna be here. to get-
SPDs?
They're all, yeah.
Oh,
they're-
except for Angela, who's on the way there.
Angela will be there and very soon, but it is a great joy. I said to Gregory, I go, we don't have much of a social life until we go to Draper. And then Danielle, who's on the line, we're going to be with her and meet some of her people, and Peter Noah's in town. And it's just so wonderful to be here. We are so thrilled.
So all of our SPD guests don't know it, but they're going to be showing, we're going to get tips from Draper on tonight's call from the attendees here that'll be here at our creative center at our executive home that we have here in Draper. And we'll be doing tours on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're really excited to do this once a month for the Live Younger community, where you can send your best prospects, escorted or unescorted. Some people are coming with their prospects. Some people are just sending them, and that's quite all right. And so we got a really nice lineup of guests and new brand partners to just want to get the bigger picture.
Yes. And I forgot, I was just going to say something.
About who's talking tomorrow?
Yes, thank you. So tomorrow evening, we have Michelle hosting Dr. Kathy. Thank you, Michelle. I'm waiting for confirmation from Dr. Kathy. I think it'll be fine because everyone.
Kathy Wong.
Dr. Kathy Wong, our resident dentist, which is always great. And lots is going on. Oh, I wanted to make sure everyone knows that the company is closed today. So no VIP calls today. It is a national holiday. And so I just wanted to remind everyone about that. And the special continues for another week. So make sure everybody knows about that. And great. Oh my gosh, we got a wonderful group here. So thank you everyone for being with us. And Allie, you keep going, girl. You keep going. You're getting stronger by the day.
Hey, Allie, we love
Everybody
you.
cheer Allie on. She hasn't been able to be with us for a while, but Allie and I have been staying very closely connected, and she's been sharing her progress with me day by day, and it is just a privilege, Allie. Privilege. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
Robin.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Great
Bye.
Wonderful,
Gracias.
wonderful
Good
day.
job,
Bless
Mimi.
you all.
Great job, Salman.
God bless you all.
They were.
Hi, Kelvin.
Wonderful stories.
Bye-bye.
Good hosting.
Everyone. Thank you. This was wonderful.
Yes.
Synergy.
Sure, watch Trump, huh?
You're wonderful, Beamy.
Bye, everyone.
She lives up to her name.
Bye. What a blessing.
Bye-bye.